All right. So now let's go to our next guest. Oh, I love this lady. I love this lady. I met her at the White House. I met her at the White House. I'm gonna tell the story. This woman, she got her tea cup. I see her sipping. I met this woman at the White House, and she gave. It was the president's birthday. You're not supposed to give the president a gift beyond $25. So we went on the Africa trip. I took a picture, and I took a picture with the president. And then she's like, "Well, I want to take a picture." And I looked at her like, "What is going on?" And she got more than what I got. I said, "Okay." But her name, she got a picture. She was like, she gave him a gift. I gave him a gift. I said, "Okay." Barack Obama, it was his birthday. It was August 4th. Yes, that's his birthday. And he had the black press in. And one of the great members of the black press at that time, Loni Love, Loni Love, an American comedian, television host, actress, author, two-time Emmy and NAACP Image Award winning entertainer. She was in the building. I'm telling you, they would bring her in because she was so knowledgeable about politics. And this sister is no joke. She's my soror. Let's bring her in. Hello, girl.
Hey,
How?
Sarah, how are you?
Mm, I'm great. I'm so
I'm on
glad you.
tea too.
What you sipping?
This is a turmeric and ginger
Oh,
mixed.
that's good for the stomach. Inflammation in the stomach. Oh yeah, come on now.
And them knees, girl, them knees.
Yeah. I know, I know. So Lonnie, thank you for coming. This is such, and we just had our soror Vashti McKenzie, and we are all members of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
Yes,
If you
you know
don't
on
know,
our
look it
radio
up.
show we honored Bishop Vasti. So yeah.
You did?
Yeah, we gave her an award. So I'm very familiar with Sarah. So
Yes, I know you would. Yes. But listen, I want to talk to you on several things because your perspective is so unique and is so on point. Lonnie, first of all, what is happening in entertainment? Our girl
Ooh,
Sherri, our girl, yeah, because I hear a lot of people, work is drying up for people who look like us. That's what I'm hearing. Is it true?
oh yeah, definitely. I
And
mean,
it's just in this last couple
you're
of,
gonna see the same 12 people acting right now. And and good for them. But you got to look at all of the people that we are missing right now. And I'm talking about in acting and television because the jobs have dried up. So you're going to see the same,
but it's not necessarily jobs are dried up. Is it the jobs are dried up? Is it the anti-woke, anti-DEI, the advertisers are pulling money because they want to respect the president and they don't want to give to shows that have black hosts and you
well,
know.
you know what? I think they use that as an excuse. They always, when we put policies in place, they were trying to, save face. And now that the policies are gone, they don't have to do it anymore. A lot of the things that you see, like with Sherry's show being canceled,
Sherri Shepherd, yeah.
it's that's a financial.
Hmm.
It's a lot of financial things that's happening, but then with Stephen Colbert, that was the administration. And then, as everybody has been, if you've been reading the news, you know that Paramount has just been approved by the Warner Brothers board to do this massive takeover. And that is going to change the whole landscape because, like, BET is under Paramount. And if you notice, BET Plus just went over to Paramount Plus. They're shutting down BET Plus. So they're actually they say we're gonna have your own little section on Paramount Plus, and all those shows that they have, they're going to look at them by a case by case basis. Now, congratulations to my girl, Miss Pat. She did get a pickup. And so they'll be running on Paramount Plus.
Good for
But
her.
it's like we don't know if BET and how they're going to affect BET. BET had a major layoff a
Mhm.
couple months ago, and it was done by Paramount. And a lot of our people got let go and was replaced by Paramount executives.
People don't understand the texture, the feel of what happens behind the scenes. And when it comes to Sherri, now the way I understand it, she lost a lot of advertising dollars because of anti-woke. And you said finances, that anti-woke, anti-DEI kind of messed with her advertising dollars as well. So
Yeah, I mean the she was up for renewal And from what I know, she was up for renewal and she had a licensing deal with Fox. Fox did not want to pay as much as they were paying her. And because she was with a production company, they need to make money. And then they were looking at the advertising dollars. So mixed with the increased cost of the licensing and the advertising dollars, it just didn't make sense for them to continue on with her show. They could have, they could have taken a cut and a reduction, but
Yeah.
they didn't want to. But let's focus on the part of that's, important, which is what you're saying, the DEI and how it's affecting us. It's
Yeah.
affecting us in all kinds of ways. If you look at shows like the Stella Awards, BET, Soul Train Awards, all of that has been, we used to make fun because we're like, look at all these commercials. Look at all these corporate commercials.
Yes.
And it's like, no, we need those corporate commercials because those
Yeah.
corporate commercials pay for the product. Even
Yeah.
when, if you look at the case of Essence Fest, Essence Fest used to have a conglomerate of sponsors. And now, if you go on their page, I don't even think they have a sponsorship page right now because, people are pulling out. These corporations
Yes.
don't have to, they because of that mandate of DEI, they no longer now some are saying, well, we're not going to call it DEI, we're going to call it something else. But we work in this industry, April, and we're seeing that they're not giving us the advertising dollars. They're not giving us the media dollars. They're not even giving us the sponsorship dollars. It's only being given to a few, whereas there were whole programs. And in that program, if you were a small influencer, you could get a piece of that pie. Now that is gone. So it's like, we have to go back to square one and get on these corporations. And that's the reason why when we say a certain boycott is happening, we're doing it because we're trying to target certain corporations because of the fact that they're not sponsoring our community anymore.
So basically, the Ellison family is to have CBS. They're gonna have a lot.
TikTok,
Yeah.
X, CBS, Warner Brothers, HBO, all of that. And, they're promising, under this deal that they're going to do 30 movies a year that will be theatrical releases. But what they're not telling you is, are there going to be any diverse movies? Are there going to be, just 30 movies with all their
That
people
part. That
and
part.
no diversity? And when I say no diversity, I mean, we are getting maybe one or two that are major studios. And I understand people love to say, well, make your own movie. You know how hard it is to make your own movie?
Viola Davis talked about that. She talked about that. It is you got to pull. It's bigger than you can't just take your phone and make a movie, something that you're gonna watch forever. It's a lot of funding. It's a lot of people behind the scenes, showrunners, writers, producers, sets, all of that and more. Tell it,
And,
Lonnie.
and and the whole point of the reason why I tell people, okay, yes, you can do a Tyler Perry and make your own movie. But Tyler's been doing this for over 20 years.
A
He's
long
a lot of
time.
capital. He's acquired a lot of relationships. But even with his movies, if you look at it, I'm
And
just
he
being
started out with
honest.
stage plays. He started out with
Started
stage
out with
plays
stage
to
plays. That's how he
build
got
that.
his capital.
Yes.
Exactly. But he has to cut corners in order to save, and that's fine. But what I'm saying is, we go see the Marvel movies, we go see all those animation movies. So when I say we, all of the different marginalized communities go and watch different, we don't like, we'll go see Devil's Wear Prada. Okay. We don't sit there and go, oh, because it's no black people, we're not going to see it. We go see it because we just like the movie. But the whole point of it is, if we're supporting these studios and their projects, if we're 13% of the population, then at least in your yearly budget, give us 13% of money so that we can make movies for us.
Come on, Lonnie
That's the
Love.
point.
That's what, and you know what? There has been a big box office hit when they're Black Panther, when Black Child, Dream Girls. I mean, there are so many black movies. That what was that? The movie some of your movies, all of these movies,
We
when we watch Netflix or go to the movie theater, we go in droves to say, "Hey, I see me." And
Well,
now
you're gonna see that this weekend with the Michael movie. Regardless of what you're hearing from the media, the fandom,
Mhm,
and also the curiosity of
mhm.
people, they care. And let me explain this: the Michael movie currently is set from the 60s to 1988, before the first allegation of
Have you seen it?
or put a yes. And so you have that time period. You had the media criticizing Antoine, the director, saying, well, he whitewashes it. No, what he did was he initially did try to put in the allegations and do all of that. Then they went back and they had a caveat, because when Michael Jackson's estate actually helped to produce the movie, they didn't realize that for that first allegation, there is an NDA, a settlement agreement that says that they could not use that first person's identity. So they had to go back and reshoot $15 million worth of reshoots. Yeah, for the mic.
$15 million of reshoots.
Yes, because they would have it would have been illegal because of legal reason. Same thing was announced today with Kat Graham, the actress. She played Diana Ross in the
I
movie.
saw that. Yes,
They had to cut
all
because
of it.
there was legal. So this whole movie has been a big thing. And for Antoine, Farquhar, the director, to have to remix it, rejigger it. So what they're saying is, hey, this is what the studio said. They said, if this movie makes $700 million, we'll do a sequel. Then the sequel, by that time, they will be able to figure out the legalities and make it what, people, because for some reason the media just want to hear about the allegations. And it's like, yes, they're out there. But I want to remind people that Michael was never convicted. There were settlements, but he was never convicted.
Come
So
on,
I just want to
Soror.
remind people. And the thing is, this is a studio movie. It's a movie about one of our legends. We
Mhm.
grew up, you and I, and I'm sure
Yes, the
a lot of your
platform shoes, the bell-bottom pants, the afros. I always, oh God, I thought I was a Jackson 5 member when he was on Carol Burnett, on Sonny and Cher, on Flip Wilson. I
all
danced
of
with my
that.
platforms with have my hair. Oh yes,
All of that.
yeah.
So for us to go and just watch it and use your own discretion, you can have your own opinion, but this whole barrage of negativity, you don't see that with Elvis. When they did the Elvis movie, there was nothing in that movie
I
that was
love that
directed by
movie.
Baz Luhrmann that even hinted that his wife Priscilla was around what, 14, 15 at the time. You didn't hear none of that. And nobody in the media said, well, the Elvis movie didn't touch on.
That's true. It's even the movie Priscilla that's leaving Netflix now. It didn't touch on that, and I kept saying, I said, "Wow." I said, I don't even want to say because I don't want to.
I know, but I'm just saying, and it's like you could say it's apples and oranges. No, it's a biopic, and a
You're
biopic,
right.
it's got a certain. So what they're trying to do is make this the beginning, and the beginning, he was the king of pop. He still is to me.
And he was a king of
So,
pop. He was a king
and
of pop.
for
And yes,
those that don't
he groomed
know,
a 14-year-old girl. He groomed a 14-year-old girl. End of story.
I'm
Ooh,
telling
child.
no, no, that's Elvis.
That's what I'm saying. Elvis.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
he
right.
yeah. Well,
But they don't mention that.
he was the king of rock and roll. Michael
Right,
Jackson was the king of pop. I'm getting
right.
my kings messed up. And let's not even bring in Donald Trump. But anyway.
I'm like, no, 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 no. He didn't groom nobody.
No,
you know,
Elvis did.
you're right. Mike, I'm like, let's give Mike the support. I think that there are a lot of people that don't even know his story. Because see,
Yeah.
we take for granted because we grew up with Mike. But I had a friend, who's younger than me, and he's a
Mhm,
journalist.
mhm.
And I said, well, what did you think of the movie? He said, well, I'm just gonna tell you, lean into the monkey. And I was like, wait, what you
What?
talking about? That's
Bubbles?
Bubbles. And then I had to realize he don't know because he wasn't around when all of
Lord have
that, you
mercy.
know. So for some people, this is nostalgia, this movie, and for some people, it'll be an introduction to Michael Jackson. And if it makes the money, according to the studio, it says if it makes the money, then there will be a sequel to follow it, and then we can deal with all that,
They're not going to leave money on the table.
No.
Let me say this real quick. And I forgot the movie Sinners. Oh my gosh, Sinners. Come
Yes,
on, Sinners. Ryan
yes.
Coogler and our boy Michael B. Jordan. Oh my God, Delroy Linda. All Oh, that was a good movie. So, real quick, going to the chat. Susan says, "Wow, Loni Love has the inside stories. Another great guest, April. We're such
Oh,
lucky viewers on the T. That's right. Lonnie is the woman. We should
thank
just
you.
boycott their movies." Avery says. Catherine says it's not good. Iris says a lot of them never wanted to adhere to DEI policies. Now they have license to revert to their old
You're
ways.
right. You're
So
right.
short-sighted. Let me see. Yeah, Ellen said sinners blew it out the water. From Facebook, William says they've always been coming for black people! Exclamation, exclamation. From Facebook, Cynthia says, I've noticed they've canceled the black shows. Yeah, but Tamron's still there, and so is J Hud. So, that's why it's important for you to keep watching and supporting.
Yes. Yes.
Um, and Lonnie brought me on to, I was the co-host of her show. That was a highlight. I want to say this to you publicly. I was going through hell in 2017, and you brought me on that show to be a co-host. I had the best time of my life. And now I got my own show.
Look at you. You've always had your own show, April. You've always, covered us. You've represented us the way that we needed to be represented. And when the first when that first what is it? That first time that he was president, and
First term.
that first term, thank you.
It was an
And he
apparition.
said what he said. And I told them, I said, we have to get April on the show for her to be able to talk about her experience with him. And you still hold us up with class. You still hold us up with the way that is that sisterly way, but you cover us and you never back down, and you don't need to back down. This is America. We're all Americans. Nobody is greater or bigger than anybody else.
Right.
And one more thing about television, I want to give it up to Byron Allen. Byron Allen is taking over the spot.
That is very controversial. I want to see how that works.
Well, the thing is that it probably will last for a year or two. For people that don't know, Byron Allen is actually buying the space of what Stephen Colbert had for the
Yeah.
Late Show, which is the 11:35 p.m. to he's doing 2 hours, so it'd be 11 to like 1:30 or whatever. And he produces his own show just like Tyler Perry. So he's gonna take those shows and basically put it in. This saves CBS money. Byron gets all of the ad dollars
Okay.
from it.
Yeah.
And Byron has been doing this for a long time, but
Very
I
long
want people to
time.
realize that you can look at it controversially, but you can also look at it a different type of way. With that first show, which is the Comics Unleashed, whether you like the comedy or not, he's putting on four new or four comics every night. And
Are
that
you
is
one of
going to
them? Any of the nights?
Yes, and that is going to help because it covers healthcare, it gives you SAG rates, and it gives you exposure, which is the most important thing. So, these late night shows they stopped putting on comedies and
Yeah.
comedians. So for what
They got very political. You're right.
right, and they stopped putting on comedians because the reason why we got Dion Cole is because Dion started on Conan O'Brien's show. He did a stand-up set. Dion, he loved him so much, and he ended up making him a staff writer. So, the late night shows used to be where they would at least, break one or two stand-up comedians a week, and then they just stopped. And so now, with Byron, even though I think it'll be a couple of years, it'll run. At least it's going to give some exposure to some well-deserving comics that are out here on the road that need the exposure. So I think there's a silver lining in everything, but we just have to support, our people and recognize what our people are doing, and they're trying. They're trying their best with their capital, raising funds. That's why I come on and support a sister like you. It's like, even though it's the middle of the day, this is my nap time. My nap time, April.
But I knew, I said, I got to get Loni. The team was so excited. And they were like, she's the one who was an engineer. She went to be a comedian. I said, yes, that's Loni Love, the one and the
And
only.
I just want to tell everybody, I am on tour right now with Martin Lawrence. Go to lonilove.com. I will be in Charlotte, North Carolina, May 29th and 30th. At Headliners Comedy Club, but check out all my dates. Me and Martin, we're having such a great time. He just had his first grandchild, who is also
Yes, with Eddie Murphy's son.
yes,
Yeah.
yep, Jasmine.
I still look at
Aaron.
those. I still look at the entertainment pages. But
Yeah,
at the
so
end of the
we are
day,
over the moon. The baby is so cute. Oh,
really.
she just her name is Ari. She's so
Oh.
cute.
So
And
Auntie Lonnie's gonna be
he
holding the baby during the comedy sessions.
oh yeah, definitely. So
Well, Loni, I'm so glad that you came on. I had other questions for you, but I'm not going to do because you know what? We needed to know what was happening because I've been hearing like what is it? Flame Monroe. Um,
mhm.
he was telling me it's drying up. So many actors and actresses have been telling me, and comedians have been telling me it's drying up since Donald Trump. And I'm so glad you were able to succinctly explain what was going on. And I'm gonna tell you, my TV watching, it's very strategic. I want to laugh, but I also want to be mindless. But I want to see people who look like me as well.
Yeah. And you know what? This is all temporary, y'all. This is all temporary.
Mm,
We will get back into the fight and we will do what we need to do and we will get our people back on. And, there's still opportunities. I'm pitching, I'm getting a lot of positive feedback, and, you just got to go work with them. So I go work with, Reese Witherspoon and her production company. And, you have to think out the box now. These are the times that, sometimes you got to go over there and work with them and then try to,
yes,
ease yourself,
that's right.
back here. When you look at what
Right.
Issa Rae's doing, she's working with TikTok and doing the small verticals.
Right.
So it's a reshaping
Yeah.
of things that we have to do, and we need to really start working together more, and that's what you're going to see in these coming years. So don't worry, y'all, we holding it down.
So listen, oh, guys, put that back, please. I wanted to let you know, guys, put it back. Thank you. I just heard that Norm Eisen, our own Norm Eisen at the Contrarian, is speaking tonight in an anti-Paramount merger protest at the Ellison Trump dinner. So, guys, the Contrarian is out here working. Don't forget to subscribe because this is what that does. So again, our own Norm Eisen, who's going to the White House Correspondents Association dinner with me on Saturday. Stay tuned. That's all I'm gonna say. He is speaking tonight at the anti-Paramount. You already know anti-Paramount merger protest at the Ellison Trump dinner. And I'm gonna tell you, Loni, some of our sorors. Lisa says, "How special when sorors get together?" From Facebook. Also from Facebook, Tiffany says, "Hey, Loni." From Instagram, Dr. Tachi says, "Hello, sorors." And Iris says, "Thank you, Loni Love, girl."
All day,
Yes. And
all our divine
everybody's like,
nine,
what is that? Huh? What'd you say?
all our divine nine brothers and sisters.
That's what I'm
We love
saying.
y'all,
Thank you.
but we the best.
We are the best. Social action, honey. Yes. We are the ones. Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, if you don't know. And prior to this conversation, Vashti McKenzie was is a Delta. Matter of fact, her grandmother was one of the founding members
Yep.
of the sorority at Howard
Yes, she was.
University in 1913. So, okay. All right, Lottie. Love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let us know when you're going to be on the show when Colbert leaves because we're gonna promote it and make sure people watch.
Definitely. Thank you, sis. Thanks
All right.
everybody for
Love
watching.
you. Love you.